What is going on, peeps? I know, like a lot of you, when I woke up this morning, I was feeling like some good things were going to happen. We'll get into that. First, a disclaimer. I'm not an attorney, a tax advisor, or a financial advisor. Please consult with real professionals. The following is my opinion and my opinion only based on my own research. I will share the information I find with you and encourage you to read or listen to the information so that you could form your own opinion. Today is 4/26/2020. All right, you guys, so what's going on out there? I don't know about you, but last night I had my bags packed. I was ready to go because we were told by an individual that the divine almighty told him himself that today would be the rate change. Okay, so we'll get into that. Just a quick reminder, everybody, I do have a Facebook group with the same name as my YouTube channel, Pimpy's Investment Chat. I will leave a link to the description, and I will encourage you guys to come join the group. In here, we talk about everything from the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnam dong, the Zim dollars in here, gold, silver, platinum, cryptocurrencies, as well as the other stock we just talk about. Keep in mind, we're all amateurs and we're trying to get to the same goal line. Okay, so come in here. There are some people in here who are very, very knowledgeable. So if you have a question, post a question. All right, and most likely you'll get some good responses. Okay, so let's move on to what I was talking about. As you can plainly see, the rate change has not happened. But I don't want you guys to get discouraged. Look, I told you it was only one person. There was only one person, and I get it. He told you that the divine almighty told him himself that when the auctions and the Iraq exchange opened, there would be a rate change. That's only one individual, and I warned you guys to stay grounded about that. Look, it wasn't that I wasn't cheering for it. It just didn't happen. Okay, so let's go on to, there is a huge difference you guys got to understand between somebody who gets the prophetic word and another person who gets the pathetic word. All right, so the other person is pathetic word. Now let's listen to somebody who gets the prophetic word. Okay, I want you to listen to something because a lot of you guys have brought this up, but just listen to what he says really quick.
When I was sitting here, God said Dinari. I couldn't even relate it to Iraq. And how nothing, and then suddenly everything changes.
Okay. Could it be nothing, Mahdi, the PM, nothing, Alawi, PM designate, nothing, Zarfi, the PM designate, nothing, Kazami, and then something? He didn't say what it was. He said everything would change. He didn't say you become rich. He just said that to invest in the dinar was what he was hearing. There's no promises of riches, but I'm not discouraging that. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But you guys, this is the fourth PM that we've had to deal with, or I should say attempt to get a full PM in there since Mahdi was pretty much ousted in December. And we all know about what goes on in Iraq if they don't get a PM in there, and we're going to get into that. But anyways, I just thought you should hear from a person who gets the prophetic word, not a person who gets the pathetic word, okay? So, Kim Clement tells you nothing, and then something. I'm just throwing it out there that is it possible that it's nothing, and then something? Because remember, he goes on to say, and then the children of Iraq say, why now, God? It doesn't make no sense. So, I mean, we're pretty much around that time. And I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just throwing it out there as could this be what Kim Clement was talking about? All right, this is a person who's a lot more credible. At least he's got several things that have come to pass, okay? But anyways, let's get into public auctions. You can see, because we were told, remember, the auctions in the ISX would not open until there was a rate change, and then the auctions opened first. Nathan told me like a whole week before they actually showed up and started working. He said the auctions are getting ready to open in a week. And I told you guys, get ready, the auctions are getting ready to open, and all hell broke loose, and there is people being tribal over it. You guys are only pissed because you guys put all your emotions into a person's pathetic word, okay? Not a prophetic, a pathetic. Okay, so the auctions took place again today. They've been regular now for quite some time. There's no screwiness with the dates like we've seen before. And as you can see, they're still not giving up any of their physical dollars, but they did auction off 144,848,996 oil dollars, okay? The money that they generate from the oil has been auctioned off, and this helps stabilize the Iraqi dinar. So let's get into what's going on around the Middle East. Look at Iran is hurting through sanctions, as well as they got smacked with the coronavirus, not to mention the fact that they are dealing with their own protesters there. And God willing, these protesters will get the regime change that they want, or not a regime change. They really want a democracy there. They want to vote in their own people, just like the people of Iraq. And I think these two countries are a lot closer than people think to having that dream come true. So Iran, dealing with sanctions and a lot of political pressure put on by the United States, is forced to sell their shares into 3 banks and 2 guarantee companies, which I believe there are 2 insurance companies, to help raise money. Now, we're hearing rumors out of Iran, and those rumors are that a big portion of the mullahs that control Iran have died from the coronavirus. So we don't know. Just like we heard that the leader in North Korea passed away, we're hearing that the leaders in Iran have passed away, but nobody's been able to actually confirm these yet. So we will see, okay, if that's true. But the Iranian mullahs are losing their grip on a lot of those countries that they at one time had a lot of influence over. Not just Iraq, also, let's see here, Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, Afghanistan. We know that a lot of the proxy fighters are not getting paid. There's not a whole lot going on, not to mention they're getting stomped. Iraq's own forces have been able to fight off ISIS on their own. Without General Soleimani on there and this guy running things and giving orders, that guy's dead. His second in command was killed right next to him. A couple months later, the new replacement was killed. Look, it's like I told you guys before, it's not a good time to be in the terrorist business, especially under the Trump administration. People don't realize that this guy has taken out 9 terrorist leaders. 9. Heck, if any one of our presidents took out one, the whole world came undone and we're excited and throwing parties and saying this person should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Trump takes out 9 and nobody's talking about it, which is unbelievable. So anyways, you can see, look, they're forced to sell their interest in a lot of different companies. This has been going on for a while. It's just a matter of time before they fold and they break. Another reason why we might not have seen the rate change yet is the fact that Iran, this time last year, after years and years of, denying Iraq a chance to pay off their debt to Iran in Iraqi dinars, they all of a sudden took a huge chunk. I think it was 5 trillion dinars is what they took to pay towards their debt. So there's a good possibility that the rate change hasn't happened, because if we do, all that does is just give Iraq an increase in funds, Iran, not Iraq, and Iran an increase in funds to continue to just raise hell over there. I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm just saying that's just my opinion. That could be one of the reasons why we have not been able to see a rate change right this second. But we'll see, okay? Anyways, what else is going on? Well, we knew this was going to happen because it's going to happen here in the United States. And I told you guys there is an opportunity for this to happen. And I pointed out some stocks that, in my opinion, they were at a certain level for a while, for at least a year. Their performances were at a year. And because of the coronavirus and the fact that people have been on quarantine, then those specific stocks took a hit and they dropped to less than half of their value. Now, here's what I was talking about. Once we get out of quarantine and people are able to get out and about, you're going to see the increase of these stocks most likely back to around their same levels. You might see an actual little spike in there. We will see. That's happening right here in all the stock exchanges in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia's, okay, so Dubai, the Emirates, all these different stock exchanges that are happening over there, the UAE. So what's happening is once these people, the curfew hours were lifted and the restrictions to travel were lifted, obviously we knew this was going to happen. We were going to see a bump in their stock exchange. That's the same thing that's going to happen here. If you guys watch my video, the stock watch, you can see what I'm talking about. I laid out some pretty good cases why some of those stocks will increase. All right, you guys? Okay, so anyways, what's going on here? We knew this is going to happen. Okay, so it looks like Kazami's designated position to the PM, it doesn't look like it's going to make it. Okay, so the Sunni party, which are also an Iraqi government formation, The National Movement and Development and Reform said on Saturday that it has withdrawn from the government formation process led by Prime Minister-designate Kazami. We cannot bear to see the situation of how the ministries are being distributed, the party said in a statement. The party, which is a member of the Sunni list, added that it had lost faith in the ability of the Prime Minister-designate to address Iraq's many challenges. Well, here's what we know about what's going on there. A lot of the people in the parliament are Iran-backed politicians, Iran-influenced politicians who have not done anything since they've been in it to benefit the Iraqi people. But we also know that I've been saying this, and I hope this is now, I've now put 100%, this is what I want to happen. There's a part of me wanting Kazami to get in there because I want some stability in Iraq. But the problem is we would still be dealing with the parliament. And the parliament, unfortunately, the largest voting bloc is Iranian backed people. So one of the things they could do to get rid of that is just to dissolve the parliament. And that's what you're going to see happening. So I went on to read these articles. Look at the Sardis movement marked an attempt to thwart the Al-Kazami government. It looks like they have succeeded. Now, I know they talked about nothing happening until Tuesday or Thursday. But let's see if it even makes that far before Al-Kazami comes out and just apologizes for being assigned to the PM designate. This is what I'm hoping actually happens now. Okay, because if it does happen, and Al-Kazami's failure to obtain confidence obligates the president, Soleil, to dissolve the parliament. This is what I'm hoping happens now. This is, oh, dear Lord and God in heaven. All right, and I'm not talking about the one that our person who gets prophetic word from. I'm talking prophetic word. I'm talking about the one that Kim Kumin gets the prophetic word from, okay? So look at, we know under the Iraqi Constitution, Article 76 says that if after 3 attempts to fill the position of the Prime Minister designate spot, or the Prime Minister's spot in Iraq, then the president has the right to dissolve the parliament. Right now, it could not be a better time. I'm hoping that the president does dissolve the parliament and then hold elections and then allow the Iraqi people to vote in their own politicians. We know part of the reason why they're protesting is they can't stand the fact that Iran has politicians who are influencing decision making in Iraq and should not be doing so. So it looks like we're there, you guys. It looks like we're really there. It looks like it's going to finally happen. So I don't expect, nor do I want Al-Kazami to be designated as the PM. What I want is the president of the republic, Soleil, to come out and just go ahead and dissolve the parliament. Let's hope that happens. Okay. Now we know that the UN, the IMF, and as well as the United States is supposed to be meeting with the Iraqi government in June. May is Ramadan. I don't expect a lot to happen between now and then. What I'm hoping happen is that the president of Iraq makes a promise to dissolve parliament, parliament, and then go ahead and allow the Iraqi people to just go ahead and vote in their politicians. And it is at that time that somehow, some way, you know, the president is stating that, look, they need help economically, and that they decide to go ahead and remove the restrictions of the Iraqi dinar and allow it to be traded on the Forex. You will see a ton of speculators, in my opinion, run over in that direction, which would cause an increase in the value of the Iraqi dinar, which is what we all been waiting for. Okay, now I don't know anything about a rate yet, but we'll see. Hopefully it's done at the same time. We want them to be recognized on the foreign exchange, as well as given a new rate. I still think I'm right as far as what the rate is, somewhere between $1.13 and $1.34 to start off with. Okay, so we will see, you guys. So it doesn't look like much has happened. I woke up, our dinar rate hasn't changed. All right, that shouldn't be surprising to you, but there was a lot of people that I was dealing with that put a lot of faith in that person's words. Now you know better, okay? And I showed you, look, trust somebody who's got a much better track record as a prophet. Nothing, let's do this again, okay? Because it's just something to think about. Nothing, and then all of a sudden, change. Okay, you guys? So go ahead and hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. This is what I'm guessing and nothing is. I believe it's these four things right here, these four PMs. Mahdi was at PM, but he failed. Nothing. The Iraqi people got nothing. They still got nothing. And now the fourth nothing and then something. Okay, you guys, let me know if you agree. Do you think that what the four nothings are? Do you think that's what it is? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. All right, you guys?